Hi, I'm Dr. Joe DeMarco, chiropractor and owner of OcraMed Health. And what we're going to talk about today is those tight and tender knots that we all get in our upper back, between our shoulder blades, or in the back of our shoulders. At some point or another, we all get them. I'm going to give you some stuff that you can do at home to treat them and get rid of them. All we're going to need is three items. We're going to need a moist heating pad. This is an excellent one. It's made by Core Products. It's the only one I carry in our office. It goes in the microwave, and within a couple minutes it comes out nice and hot, steamy, feels very soothing. It's great to use. The other thing we're going to need is some type of massage ball. This is a Tai Chi ball from OcraMed Health. The texture on this ball is excellent for getting deep into the soft tissue and fascia and works excellent. Both of these products available on the OcraMed Health website, very inexpensive, but they're a must to have around the house for just these type of problems. The third item we need is a broomstick. I can't help you on that one. OcraMed Health doesn't carry broomsticks, but I'm sure you can figure out what you can do to get one of these. And we're going to use these three items. We're going to break this down into two different parts. The first thing we need to do when we're trying to deal with a tight and tender knot is we got to warm up the area and increase blood flow. We never want to do soft tissue work on an area that's cold and tight, so we want to warm it up, get that blood flowing. And that's the first thing. And the second thing we want to do is we're going to roll and stretch the area to get rid of that knot. So here we go. Okay, so we're going to start by getting blood flow into the tissue that we're about to work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my moist heating pad out of the microwave, and I'm just going to drape it across my upper back. And I'm going to leave it on for a few minutes, let the muscles warm up a little bit. And then I'm actually going to leave it on as I grab the broomstick and I do some basic exercises to warm up and get blood flow into those muscles. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the broomstick a little wider than shoulder width apart. Going to have my heating pack around my upper back. And I'm actually going to just come straight armed up with the bar, and I'm going to press it towards the wall behind me as I squeeze those muscles of my mid and upper back. And then I'm going to come back down. So I'm going to come up. I'm going to really think of pressing the bar towards the wall behind me. I'm going to squeeze those muscles. I'm going to hold it for about a 2 count. I'm going to stay tight in here. I'm not going to arch back. So I'm going to stay tight in my abs. And I'm just going to press that bar back. And I'm really concentrating on just squeezing the muscles of my mid to upper back. And I'm going to come back down. And I'm going to do that for a 15 count. I'm going to come up, squeeze, 2 count, come back down. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use an underhand grip. And I'm actually going to put the bar behind me. And I'm actually going to just press the bar back towards that wall with straight arms, and I'm going to squeeze my shoulder blades together. And I'm going to hold that for a 2 count and then let it relax. I'll show you from the side. I'm standing up straight, chest is up, and I'm going to press that bar as far back as I can, squeezing those muscles between my shoulder blades, holding for a 2 count, and then coming back. And I'm going to do this for a count of 15 also. Then I'm going to bring the bar back in front of me, same underhand grip, and I'm going to think of 2 motions. I'm going to actually retract my shoulder blades back before I even bend my arms, so I'm pulling my shoulder blades back, and then I'm going to pull my elbows back. The bar is actually going to come up against my stomach. It doesn't hurt, it's fine, and I'm going to continue to press my elbows back in this position. I'll show you from the side. Arms are straight. First thing I'm doing, chest is up. I'm retracting my shoulder blades back. So I'm squeezing those muscles by retracting my shoulder blades back. Once I've done that, I'm going to bring the elbows back. The bar is going to go up against my stomach, and I'm going to continue to pull my elbows back, squeezing those muscles for a 2 count, and then coming back. So shoulder blades, elbows, squeeze, and relax. Those 3 motions are actually just good general posture exercises you can be doing every day anyways, but they're also going to get a lot of blood flow into that mid and upper back, specifically for the purpose of what we need it for, which is going to be to do some soft tissue work in those areas where you're experiencing the knots. So I'm going to do 15, 15, and 15, and I'm going to go around 3 times. So we're going to do 3 sets of each of those movements for 15 repetitions per time that we do it. And heat pack is on. By the time I'm done, those muscles are going to have a ton of blood flow. I'm going to be nice and warmed up, and I'm going to be ready to do some rolling and some stretching. Okay, we're all warmed up. Now for the fun stuff. We're going to take our Tai Chi ball, And we're going to get on the ground, and we're going to find the knot, 1 or 2 knots you might have, but we're going to find one of those knots, and we're actually going to get that ball right underneath that knot, and we're going to roll around on it. We're going to find that knot, and we're going to go up, down, side to side, diagonal, and we're just going to roll on that knot for about 60 seconds, putting as much pressure and as much weight on the Tai Chi ball as we can tolerate. The more the better, but go to your tolerance. And I'm going to roll that out for about 60 seconds. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave that ball, I'll readjust it, I'm going to leave that ball right on the knot. And I'm going to put my body weight back on that ball, once again to your tolerance, but the more pressure you can put on it, the better. And I'm going to actually take my arm and I'm going to make a pressing motion. And I'm going to push my fist right towards the ceiling, and I'm going to hold that for a 5 count, and I'm going to come back down. So I'm really thinking of pushing my fist towards the ceiling, and that's making this whole shoulder girdle come up also as the tissue is being trapped by that Tai Chi ball along the shoulder blade. So the tissue is being trapped, and now what I'm doing is I'm stretching that tissue out while it's being trapped. I'm pushing my fist towards the ceiling. I'm holding it for a 5 count. And I'm actually going to do that 10 times. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a corkscrew motion. I'm going to actually turn my arm all the way this way, and I'm going to press again. But now this time as I press, I'm turning my fist in. So I'm coming this way with the fist, and I'm going to make a corkscrew action this way with my fist. And I'm going to do that 10 times. Once again, I'm really reaching for the ceiling. Now I'm going to do the opposite way. I'm going to turn after that 10. I'm going to turn my arm this way as far as I can. And now this time as I push up, I'm turning a corkscrew action in the opposite direction. So I'm coming down, and I'm coming up, corkscrewing in that direction, pushing up towards the ceiling, and I'm going to do a 10 count. So we're going to do 10 this way, 10 where we corkscrew in this direction, and then 10 where we corkscrew in the opposite direction. Those motions are really going to dig into that knot. I'm going to leave the ball right where it is. Then I'm going to use my arm, and I'm going to come all the way back with my arm and all the way forward. I'm going to get 10 of these in. Then I'm going to come out to the side, all the way up and all the way back, and we're going to get 10 of these in. The whole time, that Tai Chi ball is really getting deep into the fascia, breaking up those knots, and I'm making the motion where I'm stretching that muscle tissue. So between the stretch of the muscle tissue and that Tai Chi ball into the deep parts of the fascia, we're actually pulling apart and breaking up those knots that are causing our discomfort. And then the last motion I'm going to do is I'm going to my arm out to the side. I'm going to bring it across my torso, and I'm going to give it a nice stretch as far as I can across. And I'm going to come all the way back. And of course, once again, we're going to do this 10 times. So the whole time I have that ball to my tolerance and to your tolerance into the tissue of the muscle. Put as much weight as you can. I'm going to run through all those different motions. By the time you're done, you can say goodbye to that knot. Okay, so there you go. I hope you find that routine helpful. What I would recommend doing is after you do it, I would ice down the area that you work for about 20 minutes. You know, knots in the upper back area can be pretty persistent and not the easiest thing to get rid of. My general rule has been that for every month or so that you might have had that knot, you're probably going to have to put a good week's worth of work into getting rid of that knot. So work it every other day. If you're working it lightly, you could probably do it every day. But what I would recommend is going at it pretty good and then giving it a rest the day after. So go at it every other day. If you're enjoying our videos, please subscribe to our channel. You'll get email notifications when new videos come out. If there's specific topics you'd like me to cover, just please leave a comment in the comment section below, and I'll do everything I can to address any concerns or issues that you might have. And always visit our website, www.OcraMedHealth.com, for more information. Have a great day.